Good morning, loves. How are you guys this morning? I gotta turn my phone off because otherwise it will buzz. Listen, I have something so incredibly important to talk to you guys about this morning, and I'm super excited about it. So thank you for joining me. I'm moving you a little closer to me. It's Sunday. It's the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you guys. My favorite, I'm going to post in the comments if I can. Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I can't. One of my favorite quotes for Mom Das is, "If you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family." Just take that in for a minute. If you think you're enlightened, go spend a week with your family. First of all, if you think you're enlightened, you got some work to do. But anyway, those of us who know how to stay peaceful and grounded and content, I'm trying to get that light out of y'all's eyes, but whatever. When we go spend some time with our family, there's nothing like family of origin to really knock our socks off, right? I mean, really and truly, let's be perfectly honest. There's nothing quite like family of origin to rattle our chain and our resolve and our whatnot. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a few pearls in my toolbox, some little nuggets of wisdom you can keep with you this week to really, some practical tips and tools. Good morning, Cindy, to really and truly have you be so incredibly steeped in love and prepared for how it is you want to choose to show up this week with your family. And I can tell you what, if you can master it with your family, you can master it. So if you're watching this, please share. Cindy, please share with your friends that you're watching this. I feel like this is just a super important topic and a super important time of year for us to be in this conversation. For my friends who are in Australia or in Canada, you guys have already had your Thanksgiving. Just consider this an early crash course in Christmas time or New Year's or whenever it is you're going to get together with your family. So the first thing I want to share with you guys, oh, I'm so glad, Cindy. Cindy says you have no idea how much I need this. See, Cindy, if you are needing this, I'm imagining other people are needing this too. So share, share, share. And if you're watching the replay, please let me know that you're watching the replay. So how to stay in love this Thanksgiving, or AKA with your family of origin. The very first thing I want to share with you guys is you have to be, good morning, Stan, you have to saturate yourself in love before you get there. That's going to be really number one. What self-care do you need before you head over there? What tools can you carry on you? How have you loved yourself up so much that you're super, super, super prepared for whatever may come your way? Right? A crazy aunt, a crazy sister, a family feud, that cousin you haven't seen since the last time y'all had ugly words with each other, whatever. I want you guys to be like a sponge that's just filled up with love. Got it? So you have between now, Sunday, and Thursday, or whenever it is you're going to be with your family, to begin that process. There are a couple of things I want to recommend to you that you have a little short list of, in case of emergency, break glass, what to do when the shit, if the shit hits the fan, right? So one of the things that I personally like to do is have some touchstones on my person, in my pocket, some jewelry, some comfy something. I'm a big fan of everything that I wear or put on me has some sort of meaning. So like, we'll just go through what I have on today. These earrings my sister gave me. She used to wear them all the time. And they're hearts, shocking, I know. This bracelet is Mookaite, and it was given to me by Louise Laffey. And it's a very grounding stone. So Louise Laffey, for those of you who don't know, is my teacher, my friend, my mentor, my coach. And this is rhodochrosite, which is all about love and self-love. And I bought these for myself when I was healing a very sad heart. I, of course, have my bracelet on that says, "You are loved." And then I have a couple of necklaces on that are stones as well. One is pink tourmaline, which is really one of my super medicine stones. And the other one is amazonite. So you don't have to have all that, right? But have something in your pocket or on your person that symbolizes and means love to you, something you can touch, something that you can remind you. And actually and truly, it's better if it's something new, or if you wear it or put it someplace that you're not used to wearing it, and putting it so that you can stay connected to it and familiar with it, and where it feels like a reminder. Got it? Even my thumb ring, which is red carnelian, right? And of course, this stone, this ring, that is, my sister and I have sister rings, one of my sisters and I, was from some earrings that my mom had, and we had sister rings made out of it. Anyhow, back to our program. So that's the first thing I want you to do. I want you to spend between now and when you see your family really saturating yourself in love, doing the loving things for self, making sure that you're prepared, making sure that you have what you need on your person before you get there, that is going to have you feel love and feel loved and feel loving. My goal is always to be loved, and be loving, right? That's always my goal. So the other thing that I want you to do is I want you to decide ahead of time and spend some time really sitting with and being with who it is you want to be this Thanksgiving with your family. How do you want to show up? Who do I want to be in this? So I can tell you that for me, I want to be the most radiant love person in the space. I want to radiate love outward so much that nothing else can penetrate, nothing else can get through, that other people feel that oozing from me, so that they can't help but notice it and feel it and be transformed by it. That's my goal, which means I got to love myself up a lot. And I got to stay in peace. And I've got to also have in a case of emergency break glass. So the number one thing to do when we get stressed or tense or activated or escalated in any way, shape, or form, the number one thing that's always available to us is our breath, right? Breath. So the breath that I want you to learn how to do is this breath where you breathe in through your nose, take a pause at the top, and then elongate the out breath. And what actually happens, and when you breathe, I want you to notice if your shoulders are rising, falling, or if your belly is rising and falling. So when I take a big breath in, you will not, my favorite t-shirt on, that's crooked. You will not, I'm like a commercial. Hey babe, you need to give me some sort of, I don't know, advertising every time I wear this on a Facebook Live. Okay, back to breathing. You breathe in. And when you breathe in, I want you to watch your shoulders. Your shoulders ought to not move. Just fill up your body, right? And if you don't know how to do that, lay on the floor with a book on your belly button, and you will learn how really quickly. So you're going to breathe in for 6 seconds, pause at the top, and then elongate your out breath. See if you can make your out breath like up to 12 seconds, twice as long as the in breath. You got it? And what that actually does, if you're doing the breathing where you're expanding, you're filling and expanding your body, is the breath massages your diaphragm, massages your vagus nerve, and it actually sends a message to your brain that all is well and we can relax. Because the first thing we do when we're stressed is we shallow breathe. We roll our shoulders in and we shallow breathe. So practice with me. Ready? When you breathe out, when you exhale, I want you to imagine you're filling a balloon really, really, really slowly, okay? Really controlled and really slowly. If you can do that 3 times when you notice yourself feeling stressed, or when, you know, Aunt Bertha says the thing that she says every year that just makes you, every sphincter in your body clenches, right? Then so someone is sending me a message, which is really interesting that she's sending me a message right now. I want you to remember what that's like, right? what it's like when you have that. Like, remember right now, the last time somebody said something to you that really triggered you, everything in your body tenses, every sphincter tenses. And if you do this breathing that I'm suggesting, this, practice it between now and Thursday so that you get really good at it. Here's the other thing. Anything worth doing well is worth being shitty at on your way to mastery, right? So on your way to getting better at it, it is okay for you not to be really great at it yet. You can always go into the bathroom and breathe and get yourself centered. I want you to have this list of things that you can do for yourself so that in the moment, there's always some little something you can do to take care of yourself. Got it? Great. Here's the other really important piece. So we have 3 things. Making a list. We have 3 things. I love lists. 1, between now and Thanksgiving, you're going to love yourself up, which means you're going to have a plan and you're going to really nurture yourself. 2, you're going to have some sort of touchstone, something on your person, a piece of jewelry, a rock in your pocket, your favorite shirt that makes you feel loved, on whatever it is. You're going to do something and plan ahead of time to have that with you on the day that you go see your family. And this is the thing to remind you of the intention that you set, which is the 3rd thing, who it is I want to be, how do I want to be, how do I want to show up this Thanksgiving with my family. Okay? And then the 4th thing, somebody needs to keep track for me. The 4th thing is this breathing that I'm suggesting to you, where you breathe in for 6 seconds, you pause, and then you let your out breath be longer than your in breath. 12 seconds is rock star. Okay? Here's the other thing I want you to know, and if you've got a pen, write this down. If you don't have a pen, I'll stall. I'll drink a little more coffee. You can go get a pen or a piece of paper. Got it? This is my winning formula for a healthy relationship. Winning relationship formula. You have to find the volume knob on taking things personally. And you have to turn that volume knob all the way off until it clicks. Click, off. And then you need to find the volume knob on compassion and turn that sucker all the way up to max volume. So when Aunt Bertha says the thing that she always says to you that upsets you every single year and always has, if you've got the volume knob off on taking things personally, and compassion all the way up, is what you'll start to notice is that you can be in curiosity energy. I wonder why Aunt Bertha says that every year. What is it about Aunt Bertha, right? What is it about Aunt Bertha? Is she unhappy? What's going on with her? If you can shift the focus to loving curiosity about the other person and compassion, you're going to be aces, right? So we all have these things, right? We all have little places where we're not our most stellar. My kids talk about Travel Tracy. And I'm so grateful that they finally told me that they call me Travel Tracy when we go places together, when they were kids and they would go places together. Because I'm tense and I'm stressed and I'm not my shiniest, happiest moment when I'm Travel Tracy. And so because I know that, I can ask for compassion, I can have compassion for myself, and I can, tell my boyfriend before we travel for the very first time, hey, so my kids call me Travel Tracy and here's why. I can be light about it and love myself even in my shadow. That's a shadow of mine. So my beautiful sister Donna, who I love and adore, who has been for sure one of the most important people in my life. And if you're watching this, Donna, I love you so much. Donna's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, and we get together at her house for Thanksgiving. And there's going to be 25 of us in her house for Thanksgiving. From her husband's side of the family, from my side of the family, my kids, her kids, grandkids, dogs, a menagerie. The whole mishpucha, if you will. Little Yiddish for you today. And as much as my sister Donna loves Thanksgiving, it's also tense for her. And she does a beautiful job. But guess what I know? Guess who I get to be for her? I get to be the place of compassion for her. And if I can remember that, then if she is ever short with me or anyone else, or I can see and sense her tension, I can respond with love because I'm not going to take it personally, because my volume knob is all the way off on taking things personally. And my volume knob is all the way up on compassion. You got it? You see how that works? It hasn't always been that way. There have been times where maybe she said something to me that was short or curt or whatever, and I've been wounded. If I've got the volume knob off on taking things personally, I cannot get wounded. Cindy is saying, yes, I just realized this the other day. Instead of looking at the person or the situation with judgment, look at it with curiosity. Judgment has emotion attached to it, and curiosity has openness to learning and experiencing and growing. Beautiful, Cindy. Well done. The truth is, when we can stay in curiosity energy and stay with our breath and stay in the place where we're safe. I've been teaching my clients a whole lot lately about when our amygdala brain, when our reptilian brain sends us a fear message or a danger message or a stress message or a holy shit, something's wrong message. Generally, we just act on that instead of being in curiosity about that. So what I'm having them do, what I do, is I slow myself down enough to notice self. So this is also on the list. You have to be in a place where you're noticing self. Am I feeling tense? What am I feeling? Check in with yourself every once in a while on Thanksgiving. Do I need a couple of deep breaths, right? Stay connected to self in a big, powerful way. It'll be a great exercise for you. So if the amygdala brain is sending you some sort of message that says, oh my God, there's Aunt Bertha, right? Slow your roll. Notice what your body's doing. Everybody's fear response is a little different. When I'm really triggered, my mouth gets like the Sahara Desert, right? That everybody's is a little different. Notice it. Take some time between now and Thanksgiving to notice what is your fear response. What does your body do when your amygdala brain sends you a message that says something's wrong and I'm in danger? And when that happens, let your frontal cortex engage with your amygdala brain and receive the signal here, consciously, on purpose. Hey, amygdala brain, I see you're sending me a danger signal. Thanks so much for doing your job. You do a great job, amygdala brain. I'm going to check it out for you. And then you use your frontal cortex. Because if you're conditioned to every time you see Aunt Bertha bracing for whatever, then that's the stress energy you're going to be oozing out of you, right? So instead, when the amygdala brain sends a message and your frontal cortex gets it, you can choose how it is you want to be. Oh, that's right. This year I was going to embrace Aunt Bertha and give her a big hug and a kiss and a smile and say how excited I am to see her. She doesn't need to know that you're excited to see her because you get to try and do this new stuff and be different about it. She doesn't need to know that. She just needs to know you're excited to see her, right? So that's where how do I want to be, who do I want to be, how do I want to show up really kicks in. Okay, so between now and Thursday, practice noticing when your body sends you, when your amygdala brain sends the signal to your body that something is wrong. And it happens all the time. Anytime you feel anxious, anytime you feel afraid, anytime you feel nervous, anytime you feel panic, anytime you feel stress or worry, right? The amygdala brain is sending a message to your body for fight or flight. And it's not doing anything wrong. It's doing what it's supposed to do. We haven't learned really well how to be with that, how to check that out, how to be in relationship with our survival energy, which has served us well, and turn it into how can we thrive? How can I choose to thrive? Okay, got it? What else did I want to share with you guys? Any questions? Let me know if you have questions. Type them in the comments and I'm happy to answer any questions for you. So the real important thing here is to do your prep work ahead of time, right? Do your prep work ahead of time. Start today. Start today on Sunday, where hopefully you have lots of time to be in some loving space with yourself. Really recharge your love battery or fill up your tanks. Figure out what that looks like and how you can do that, okay? Have a plan for when you're with your family. How do I want to show up? What do I do in case of an emergency? What do I do when my amygdala brain sends me a freak out message or a panic message or an anxiety message or a stress message? Remember your breathing. The other thing that I will say is if you can find some stillness, that will be super, super helpful. Maybe you go step outside, even if it's cold. The transition from warm in the house to cold outside will bring you back to the here and now and back into your senses. Got it? Stay in love with yourself. Have all of your tools available to you. Turn off taking things personally. Turn up compassion all the way to max. And enjoy yourself. How can you be in joy this Thanksgiving with your family? What are you most looking forward to in this moment? What are you most looking forward to? When I even ask you guys that question, I'm immediately seeing my grandniece Adeline's face as she lights up when she sees me, and her sweet sister Isabel, tender and sweet, that loves some Aunt Tracy time, and Sammy, Sam. So for those of you who know me, baby therapy or children therapy is like the best medicine for me, right? And then it spills over into my nieces, their mommies, and how much I love them and what our journey has been together and how close I feel to them. I was their babysitter, the babysitter. So I love those grown women who used to be girls, and my sister, and the food. Holy schmoly, let me tell you what, we do some food on Thanksgiving, right? And my brother-in-law, for how he carves the turkey, and how those of us who vulture around the turkey when it's being carved for a little scrap, a little morsel. There's so much there that's rich and beautiful. And my dad, my sweet daddy at 93 years old, right? My sweet daddy. And watching him with his family, like this bounty of people around him. And the privilege and the gratitude and all of that. There's so much that I'm looking forward to when we can be in that energy, in that juicy, yummy. It's like we're based in the turkey, right? How juicy do you want your turkey to be, right? Where are we in preparation of self? We spend a lot of time, for those of you who are prepping your home or prepping a meal, right? For those of you who are doing that this Thanksgiving, you spend a lot of time doing that. How are you prepping self? How can you fill yourself up with love this Thanksgiving so that that is what you radiate and you stay in love? So from my big juicy heart to yours, I love you very much. Thanks for listening. Please share this message. Please know that if you need anything else, I'm around. Reach out to me. I'm happy to be helpful and share what I have learned about self-love with you. Tracy Lee, Self-Love Life Coach, signing off. Love you guys.